The Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra is speaking. Let's cut across.
जल्द से जल्द उन्होंने उनका जो भी प्रस्ताव है वो देना चाहिए। मैं खुद और हमारी राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस पार्टी भी उसका स्वागत करती है और अपने देश के लिए ये बहुत जरूरी था। जैसे वन नेशन वन टैक्स जरूरी था, वैसे टैक्स के बारे में भी ऐसा ही था। कोई स्टेट में कोई कार के ऊपर टैक्स कम, कोई कार के ऊपर टैक्स ज्यादा, कोई देश में अपने स्टेट में ऐसे अलग अलग टैक्सेस रहते थे और फिर लोग क्या।
Sharon, my colleague, now joining us live, getting us more on this. Sharon, we've heard the kind of political reactions that are coming to the fore. A panel has been formed now, but do we have a time frame that we're looking at when this panel would begin this exercise of deliberations?
Well, this is certainly going to be a long process because as of now, this is just a committee that has been formed. The head of the committee is going to be the former President Ramnath Kovind. Now, we will get to know who all are going to be part of this panel because there is going to be the ex-election commissioners, the CGI, apart from that, political experts. Now, this will, of course, we have seen similar kind of practice during the UCC as well. We have seen how the Law Commission has been trying to get a word from the stakeholders, trying to reach out to people from different section of the society. Similarly, the experts will be weighing in. There is going to be a process, a long process that is going to take place. So it is not something that is going to happen overnight. That is what the Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi has also, in fact, while speaking to the media, said that this is something that they are going to, of course, think, deliberate upon, will be talking to the experts, will be taking upon the opinion of this committee and will be coming to a decision as to whether to implement it or not. But already we are seeing the opposition actually attacking the government over this, saying that this is nothing but distraction. They have been saying in the last, when the India Alliance meeting was happening in Bengaluru, there was in fact an NDA meeting that was called, which was nothing but a drama. And this time, when the third round of talk is happening in Maharashtra, once again to divert from the success of this meeting, the government is trying to throw such ideas, trying to throw such formulas where to in fact divert and distract people from how good and how united the India Alliance has been. So that is what the attack that is coming in from the India Alliance. We have to of course see how it goes from here because the BJP government, when it comes to the UCC, when it comes to one nation, one poll, they want to make sure that they are talking to the experts. They want to make sure that it is in fact a foolproof idea when it is implemented or when they are reaching out to people to understand what exactly it is. So all those processes are being done. This is just the beginning. In coming days, we'll get to know more who are part of the panel, and then when it, we'll get to know what is going to be the stand of the opposition leaders as well. Because right now, a number of them have been saying this is a distraction. But when it comes to choose whether they are up for a one nation, one poll, what is going to be their stand is something that will be interesting to watch for.
Absolutely, and whether or not these 26 plus parties are actually on the same page or not, that's also something that will have to be looked into. That is something that perhaps is being discussed at that Mumbai huddle that is taking place. But is it really a feasible idea? There are many questions that arise. Whether the opposition raises it or not, we have to look at it. But there are several questions that are being raised as to whether or not it's feasible to begin with. So let's look at some of the complicated scenarios. Scenario number one, this question needs to be answered and looked into by the panel that has now been formed. What happens if there's a hung assembly? What happens if there is no clear result? Are elections going to be held for that state again? That is something that will have to be looked at. And again, if they're being held, then what is the time frame that we're looking at? Scenario number two, if a trust vote is passed, if a government falls, then what happens? Do we leave it in limbo till the next elections happen, or an election is taking place in that state irrespective of when the next one poll is going to happen? Scenario number three, what if the anti-defection law comes into effect? What if there is a situation where certain MLAs have jumped ship, the anti-defection law is put in place, then what happens? Does the government change? Are there elections that are being called? Who takes that decision? That provision also needs to be looked into. Scenario number four, and that is something that will have to be deliberated upon. what happens if there is precedence rule is imposed in any state? What happens then? Does the precedence rule continue till whenever the next one nation, one poll exercise is being held, or there are elections held in that particular state in a certain time frame based on what the EC decides? All of that will now have to be looked into. Reactions pouring in. The Chief Minister of Maharashtra speaking out. Let's listen in.
कार्यकर्त्यांना सांभाळू शकले नाही. 80% पक्ष गेला दुसरीकडे. शिवसेनेत खरा शिवसेना म्हणून आम्हाला मान्यता मिळाली, धनुष्यबाण मिळालं. बाळासाहेबांची भूमिका आम्ही पुढे घेऊन चाललोय आणि खऱ्या अर्थाने कार्यकर्त्यांनाही परिवाराला स्थिती सांभाळू शकले नाही. ते कसे काय आघाडी सांभाळणार, हा प्रश्न आहे. हा मेन प्रश्न तुम्ही.
देखिए, बहुत ही स्वागत योग्य कदम है, क्योंकि पिछली बार जब 2019 में लोकसभा का चुनाव